Me as well. All right, today is Mental Health Action Day. The mission is to encourage and empower people to move from awareness to action on addressing mental health.
And joining us live this afternoon to talk more about this is Sacramento Mayor Darrell Steinberg. Thank you so much for taking the time today, Mayor. We know you started the nonprofit, the Steinberg Institute. Tell us about why you felt the need to start this organization and what the goal is.
Well, mental health is about all of us. And I started this foundation when I left the legislature after having passed the Mental Health Services Act, Proposition 63, because I wanted to encourage other leaders, newly elected leaders to the legislature, to take up mental health as their cause. I did that when I first got elected to the legislature in 1998, and I had a great experience helping to uplift an issue that doesn't get nearly enough attention. And I will tell you, there's a huge difference between 2022 and 1998 when I started. Back in 1998, you could hardly get anyone to pay attention to the mental health issue. Nobody wanted to talk about it. In 2022, maybe it's because of COVID, maybe it's because of homelessness, maybe it's because we're making genuine progress in busting what we call the stigma or the discrimination, but more people are talking about it. More legislators are introducing bills to improve the system. And it makes me very hopeful on Mental Health Action Day that this issue of focusing on the brain as much as we focus on the body, it's an issue whose time has come.
We've been able to chisel away at that stigma and get to the core, as you very well know. Let's talk about the mental health champions that the Steinberg Institute selects. What are they and how are they selected?
Well, every year we select people who are in the community actually doing the work, the people who are actually providing the services, the people that are leading the nonprofits, the people that are providing hope to those who've not had hope, because in elevating and honoring people who are in the field, many who have worked in the field long before, again, mental health became a prominent issue. It says to others, says to young people who may be considering what they want to do in their career, go into the mental health field. We need more mental health workers. And certainly if you're suffering, if you're, or if a family member is suffering or a friend is suffering, step up. Don't be afraid to say you need help. I mean, suicide has become a rampant problem, and so much pain and so much tragedy can be avoided, not merely by being willing to share your story, but starting with sharing your story and saying, I'm hurting, I'm suffering, I need some help, because good people will help you find that help.
Yeah, just taking that step to speak up, so important. And as you said, so many people have been under just enormous stress lately, and you as mayor certainly are among them. Are you willing to share any of the actions that you take personally to try to help boost your mental health?
Well, sure. I mean, and I will tell you that, yes, I've suffered my share during the pandemic. It's not fun to be mayor on Zoom constantly from, my dining room or my den. Being mayor means being out with the people, and I haven't been able to do as much of that. And so, yeah, I have felt it. And I would say this, anybody who has not felt some depression or some anxiety during the pandemic is probably not telling the truth about what they experienced. Because I think everybody has, or most everybody has. And because it's a normal human condition. And if we can normalize it, and if we can admit that we all need each other, and that there are all times in our lives when we need somebody to talk to, and sometimes we need professional help, it makes it much easier than I think to get it. What do? I exercise every day, every morning. I try to get enough sleep. I try to eat well, and I try to laugh. I mean, to be honest with you, because There's a lot of stress in my job and in my life, but if I can sort of try to lighten it a little bit while working hard, it tends to make a difference. So it's a combination of things, but I think it's important we all focus on our mental health and not take it for granted, and take care of ourselves and take care of each other.
Yeah, well said. Laughter and smiling is important, and that dovetails to our next story. So.